I know that for some people, what they're craving for is vacation, right? And other people crave for salary, and there are other people that just crave for good words and for someone to say thank you for being a part of this company. Your work is valuable. You do great work. Go on. Like, yeah, you know, different needs, different people. And I think I don't know if you are, let's say that you are the type of person that loves to sleep in the morning, right? You cannot function from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. because I know that those people exist. Like my friend is one kind of those people, and she cannot function from 7 to 10.
Hey guys, and welcome to the CEO After Dark show. Today I have with me Natasa Vihar, the CEO of Inlight agency, a very experienced marketing and business consultant. Natasa, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, George.
Do you want to start by introducing yourself and Inlight to our audience?
Yeah, of course, gladly. My name is Natasha Vihar. I'm the owner of Inlight Marketing Agency, and our, let's say, our beginnings were meant to be like a consulting agency, but because our customers wanted marketing, we say, okay, let's just go in this direction. So why not?
I'm going to ask you something that I sometimes ask myself. There's
Mhm.
so many agencies out there, so many marketing agencies. What made you launch one more agency?
That's an amazing question, and I have an answer to this. I already worked with a lot of agencies before. And when I decided to go like on my own to open my own agency, I was like, okay, why am I doing this? Because there is a sea of marketing agencies out there. But um, what I found out is there is a huge lack of understanding people emotions. I'm that kind of person that I want to know why you want to grow your business, right? And I am teaching my team to be the same because nobody is just a number. It's not like you are our customer, you bring a project to our agency and we're like, yeah, okay, so you need Google or you need Facebook or you need, I don't know, email marketing. It's not going like this because if you're looking at marketing from like a broader perspective, right? It's not only that you need Facebook advertising. Maybe you don't need Facebook advertising, right? Maybe you need something totally different. And if you approach to every customer like this, so you offer them like broader specter of marketing, they can succeed. Even the smallest companies can succeed. It's just a matter of strategies and a matter of how you and how they see themselves. So I actually wanted to bring the word agency, a positive connotation back again, because
It really has a
in
bad
Slovenia,
connotation, I think, to be honest.
really, in Slovenia, if somebody said, I'm a marketing agency, it's like, whoa, agency, no, no, no. And I
Exactly.
wish to change this because it's like it's no reason, right? Don't be like this because okay, maybe bigger corporations, of course, they cannot focus on you and your project in the same way, but the agency doesn't need to mean something bad. It can be really good. And if you have this um, people feeling, and if you can talk to them and really see them and really hear them, you can change. You can change the world and you can change their business. And it's just like that.
I think the reason why agencies have a bad connotation to them is basically twofold. Number one, it's that what most agencies do, and it's just the reality of most agencies, right? Like it's not, it
Mm.
is what it is. They have an experienced person like myself, like yourself, coming in the sales call. We make the deal, we make the promises, but then the actual work is offloaded to more junior talent. And the people that
Mhm.
actually deliver the work are not the people that you talk to initially. So that's I think a big part. And another big part that I hear a lot, and I actually changed how my agency functions so that I can kind of prevent that from happening, is that if an agency goes big or bigger,
Hmm.
the people work with more clients at the same time. So you often see people working with 10 clients, 20 clients, or like even more at a time, which means that you're not really giving the client the attention that their company needs. That's my view on this, and I think it's a very very big point, because really the agency shouldn't be seen as the enemy. The agency wins when the client wins, really, right? So it should be a
Yeah,
positive connotation for sure.
sure, that's true. But I think, when the agency is, let's say, when the agency is growing, it's also very important that you choose leading person that's going to take over one segment. Let's say, okay, let's just say advertisers, or let's say designers. And this person that leads them needs to be like really a person, they need to know how to navigate, and they need to know how to touch touch the employees and the company that they're working for, and their customers. So if they have all of it, and if you choose them wisely, I think it's gonna be just fine. Of
Yes.
course, yeah, something can be different. Yeah, right. Of course, if you're a bigger agency, but I think it's at the end of the day, it's just people. They're the heart
Yes.
of every agency and everything that you do. So you just have to choose your people wisely.
I realized that late. I thought we were in the marketing business, but we're actually in the people business more than anything. It's a very, very good
Yeah.
point. So just so that I have full context, and also the listeners have full context, what sort of services does Inlight provide? Is it like full
Well,
spectrum marketing, or what do you guys do?
yeah, we actually do full spectrum. Let's just say, okay, that your stomach hurts, right? Like, just let's say that your stomach hurts, and you go to the doctor, and you go to one specialist and the other one and the third one, and so on and so on and so on. And in the end of the day, when you visit all the specialists that are out there, they say, it's not actually your stomach, it's your brain. It's like your head. You're like tired, you're overthinking everything, and it's stress related. So that's why your stomach hurts. But from A to Z, like, there is a whole line of things that are in between. And it's the same with marketing agencies. Like, let's just say, okay, if you think you need something, you go to marketing agency A, and they say, yeah, well, we advise you Facebook. And maybe you go to advertising agency B, and they say, yeah, you need Google. But it's really, it's not that many agencies out there that suggest, what, let's just talk first, see what you need, because maybe it's not Facebook, maybe it's not Google, or maybe you need both, but you don't need only marketing, you only need like other things. um, and so when you find this solution, we offer them more than just, yeah, we will take your money, we're gonna make some Facebook and some Google, and just like pray to God that your business thrives. Because maybe that's not the best for the customer. And we offer advice, and we offer business consulting, and this is everything. It's inside our marketing strategies.
Hmm.
So
And do you
we have
focus?
Facebook, we have Google, we have SEO,
Yes.
we have community buildings, and so on and so on and so on. And but we offer strategies for the most, because people that come here are like projects. Our customers, they're lost, right? And they're like, okay, we need some push, we need to go from A to B at least, because we're on stagnating for a year right now, and we don't know what to do. And let's just, okay, we have a customer that were with agency before that, and they said, okay, Google is for you, you need Google and you need SEO. I was like, oh, how? Like, why? Okay, you need Google, but who is searching for you? Do they know you exist? And they were like, yeah, well, maybe. So, okay, you need Facebook and you need a strategy. So someone will see the ad and someone's gonna go search for you. But you need more than just solution A or solution B. You need to be
Yes.
focused. You need to be there. Let's sit down. Let's make strategy, and let's go from there.
Got it. And do you prefer to focus on any specific sector? Like, for example, we work mostly with e-commerce brands.
Our clients, they mostly search for some strategies or Facebook advertising or Google advertising. They mostly prefer something like this, but we have a lot of business consulting also, because I think, you know, when they come to a point and they don't know how to turn next, they need some consulting. And magically, like Facebook won't magically change their growth. But so, yeah, strategies and consulting, and then Facebook, Google communities,
I
online
agree.
mostly.
I agree. Usually, the advertising not working is a symptom. Something else
Hmm.
is going on behind the
Hmm.
scenes. And I think it's, I mean, it's partially the consultancies or the agency's role to assist in finding what's wrong, to diagnose the problem, like a doctor, as you said, right? But I also think the leadership tip in the company, the client, the founder, the CMO, whoever is in charge, should also be involved in that. And it should be kind of a collaborative relationship, I think. Do you do that? Do you have sessions with the leadership team specifically to kind of like understand where they stand, what they're looking like? How does that work in the company?
So let's say we have bigger, medium, like small customers projects. And it's like this: if I see that some things or some projects are very complicated or they need a lot of attention, it's usually like this that I'm there for them, right?
Yes.
Because I have this thing, it's called overthinking, and I do a lot of work and I want them to succeed. So if it's harder for now, I'm there for any kind of help. But we also have like how to say it in English. Damn, I can find the right word actually. Um, we have people in our team that are focused on our, like, let's say smaller or medium customers, and so they advise them how to turn, what's their next move, and they are on the call regular basis on every week. But of course, we talk about it before they make a move or before they suggest something, or if you're asking
Interesting.
about this. Yeah.
Interesting. Interesting. So I know a little bit about your story. Usually, I invite people I've worked with. We haven't actually worked. We spoke about working together in the past, but we didn't actually work together. So I want to hear the story. Like, if you go back all the way, how did all of this start? What was the path that you took that led you to Inlight?
So the whole path. Yeah, well, okay, let's start like this. Since I was 12 years old, I started working like student work, and my path, like, I did every work possible. And then I started working as a brand manager with a hair care company, and I took care of two countries, Slovenia and Croatia. And they said, like, okay, you can make, if you can make the growth, right, if you can show some results, you can stay here. And I just, like, I did my magic, like show them results, and they were growing each year for 40% plus, the two countries, and I was the only one there. So that was the magic number one. And after that, I went into another company as a marketing specialist, like director of marketing later on. And I gave them the strategy. So they know right nowadays how to turn, what to do, what's their next step, and so on and so on. And this is the company that we still work with. They still work with me, so they're very happy. And then, of course, I work in a marketing agency, and it was wonderful. It was nice, but it was not really for me because uh, one thing that it's hard for me to do is to look people in the eye and tell them I have solution for them, but deep down I don't know if I have it, or I can lie to them, right? It's like written on my face. So that's why I wasn't really, let's say, not striving in marketing agency, but I know that that wasn't for me. They wanted me to become their CEO, and I declined because I couldn't stand behind the words that I told the customers like this. And that's why I decided to open my own agency and bring back the positive connotation to the word agency.
I see. I
Long
find it
story short.
very I find it very interesting how you felt like you could almost do things in a better way on your own. I felt similarly, by the way, when I was working before I launched my own company. I recall being
Mhm.
part. I was part of a number of companies, but in my last role before I launched my company, I felt this unease inside. Like yourself, I was disagreeing with some things that were being done, and I felt like, no, no, this can be done in a better way. This can be done in a better way. And eventually I said, I'm going to do it in a better way. Now, what's funny
Yeah,
is that once I left that company and launched my own company, and I think this is something that a lot of people experience, I started understanding the founders of that company a little bit better, because when you're at the helm of a company, it's really, really challenging to make good
mhm.
decisions because you have so much context that other people don't really see, so much complexity that other people don't see, um, that it just hard, and it's normal that mistakes will happen. Have you felt something similar? Like, do you, looking back, do you have more understanding for that company?
Of course, I have more understanding now for every one of them. But it's still, I'm the kind of person that when I promise something, I tend to keep my promise, right? And I cannot move past this. So of course, like every one of us has lessons to learn. Like, let's say planet Earth is a school, right? And we are all here to learn, and we are all here to make mistakes and to become better person or better people, whatever. But this is the type of difference that I see. I'm always moving forward. I know where I want to go, and I know what's best for me, and I want to be the best version of myself. But when I'm looking back on my previous companies or my previous bosses, is they're maybe in cycle, right? They probably know what's best for them. They just don't move from that position. So
Yes.
the first company that I work with, they're still in the same cycle. They're not producing real growth. So of course it's possibility, because everything is possible. Like literally everything is possible. If someone comes to you and they say, sorry, that's not possible, it's not true. It is possible. It just depends on how much work are you willing to put inside.
Yes.
So yeah, I think this is the difference between me and maybe my previous companies. And I have a lot of understanding. Of course, it's hard to have a company. It's hard to keep the same, how to say, quality level of services. It's hard, of course it's hard, but it's doable and it's possible. So, you know,
I do. What I find really interesting is the timing of when you launched Inlight, because I think either at the same time or very close to the time you also became a mother, correct?
yes, that's true. I gave my recognition, not recognition, how to say, um sorry, timeout. How do you say, that you left the company, but in other words?
Resigned.
Yeah, but I'm searching for another word. Never mind. Okay, so yeah, when I resigned in my previous company, I actually had a baby. So my son is a year and a half year old. So everybody told me it's gonna be so difficult, but it's actually not. I never looked at it this way. And even on my maternity leave, I spoke with let's not say friends, but my colleagues, and they were interested of me come into their company and help them, and I was like, yeah, of course, but yeah, I'm a mom, right? You know that. And they were like, yeah, Natasha, it's actually a liability to the company. And of course, you know that. And I was like, no, I don't know that. Why is it a liability? And it's just, I don't know, it's a shock for me. Maybe some sort of shock, because it's amazing how people think that if you have a child or if you have a baby, it's gonna be so much different. Yeah, of course, it's different, right? You're a mom, and if my son gets sick, I need to go there. But it's just a list of priorities, and it depends of how hardworking are you. And my time management skills are amazing, and I am aware of that. So no, a child does not mean that I'm doing my work like less good, or you know.
I think one perspective on that would be that having a child, I mean, I don't have a child, so you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think one perspective is that if you have a family, if you have a child, it also means that you are taking things more seriously because you have people that depend on you, right? If it's just you alone, then you're a little bit of a pirate, right? Like you can take risks, you can do whatever you want because ultimately it's just you. And what's the worst that can happen? You'll figure it out. But when you have a family, then you need to get things right. So I would almost imagine that having a child means that ultimately you're more committed than those that don't have.
Mhm. Yeah, it's just like it's about time balancing and multitasking and having your things in order. And it's not quantum physical. It's really so simple. And if you want something and if you know how to get it, one child or two children, whatever, it's not an obstacle. So from my point of view, I think nothing changed in like the biggest scale. Nothing changed. I have my own company. Yes, I am a mom. Yes, I have a child, but that doesn't mean anything is so much different. I think it's even better.
Okay.
Hmm.
Even better, how? Like, do you find yourself focusing more? How do you mean that?
Yeah. Well, before that, I had like amazing time management skills, I think. But before that,
I like the confidence.
you had. Sorry, what?
I like your confidence.
Yeah,
I had
I'm sorry.
amazing.
It's true. It's true. It's
It
true. You
ain't
have to
bragging
have
if it's true,
confidence in
right?
yourself, right? Yeah, it's true. What can I say? It's true. No, but before that, you were in, I don't know, let's say previous job, you had 8 hours. So in 8 hours, you have to do everything, or maybe 9 hours, or maybe 10 hours. And you have a lot of people that in those 8 hours are not efficient at all because they go to have some coffee or they go smoke outside. And when they smoke and when they have coffee, from 8 hours, it's 4 hours, right? And in those 4 hours, maybe they worked for 2 hours. So, but right now, I never was one of those people that drank coffee a lot and just like was outside on my cigarette because I don't smoke. But never mind, I did everything in 8 hours. But right now, it's like, okay, I come to work, let's say in the morning, and I have 6 hours. And I do everything in my 6 hours. And it's like, I'm just like working. So it's better because I finish a lot of my task in those 6 hours. Or if I can manage to do everything, there is still night and I do it like till 10 p.m. or something like this. But it's very doable. And I never understood why people want someone to work for them from 8 to 4, because in those 8 hours it doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna be efficient. It doesn't mean that. It just means that people are there, they are there, and do they work? Nobody knows. Do they
Yeah.
do quality work? Nobody knows. So I think if you are a hardworking person and if you're good at what you do, you can make your work like in 4 hours, or you can make it in two. Or one day you're gonna need 10 hours, and the other day you're gonna need 3 hours. It just depends. So what I want to say is it doesn't mean that you need those 8 hours. You just need to
Yeah.
be there. You need to focus, and you need to finish your work, whatever this means. You have a month or you have a day. Just like do it, finish it, and you win.
I want to stay a little bit on what you said about people filling in the hours, but perhaps not doing quality work. Do you have any advice or tips on how to ensure that you actually do quality work? Because it's a big problem. It's a big problem. People
Yeah.
don't, I mean, I don't want to be unfair to people. There's people that do exceptional work, are very hardworking.
Mm,
They put their companies above their personal
yeah.
lives, even. But there is a large portion of the workforce that just doesn't really do that much. So, how do you get
Mm.
those people to perform?
Okay, so the thing probably that you don't know about me is that I'm a very how to say, a very spiritual person. Very down to earth but very spiritual person. And I know that for some people, what they're craving for is vacation, right? And other people crave for salary, and there are other people that just crave for good words and for someone to say thank you for being a part of this company. Your work is valuable. You do great work. Go on. Like, yeah, you know, different needs, different people. And I think I don't know if you are, let's say that you're the type of person that loves to sleep in the morning, right? You cannot function from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. because I know that those people exist. Like my friend is one kind of those people, and she cannot function from 7 to 10, and she does a lot of mistakes. You know, she's not really there. She's not focused because she can be focused, and when it's 10 a.m., she starts working and she's a hard worker. And how to evaluate what's important to someone, it's like if you're not a morning person, start by working late, maybe you're a night person, so let's just do your work when it suits you. But of course we need to how to say, um, we need to adapt to our customers, of course, because they have some time zones, and like we need to be flexible in this type of things. But I don't know. I'm efficient all of the time, but not all people are. And if I see that someone is incapable of working till 10 a.m., okay, I say, let's come at 10, and you're gonna work from 10 till 2. You have 4 hours. But when you work, like really work, really sit down, really work. If you have some questions, or if you have time in between, in larger companies, I think, um, is there is a lot of, if you have free time, go grab some coffee, go something to
Yeah,
eat, or I don't know, let's
play
just
ping
smoke
pong.
something outside. But instead of you saying to your employees, yeah, let's grab a coffee. Of course, you say this, but you can also say, do you need some help? Do you need me to help you with something? Do you want me to show you something? Do you want to learn? If you want to learn, we are here. We can help you learn new things, right? Maybe you are an advertiser, maybe you're on Facebook advertising, but maybe you want to learn Google, or maybe you want to learn creatives. And life is about learning. So the more you learn, the more knowledge you're gonna have. So yeah, let's grab this coffee. But if you want to learn, we are here and we can help you. So this is my type, let's say, my type of encouraging
Yes.
people.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
challenge you a little bit, and I'm only gonna do it because I want to kind of represent. There's, I think, two sides, two kinds rather of business owners. There's the business owner that's like yourself, that kind of puts the team at, at the core of the company. You want to prioritize their well-being, what you want, adapt how the company functions so that it works for the team. And then there's the other side of, and I'm not saying I'm on the other side. I just want to challenge you to have conversation that kind of cares about the
Mhm.
profit, right? Like they want to make more money. They want to make more
Yeah.
money quicker, more efficiently, like reach bigger numbers and so on. And I think that type of business owner would say, well, if I can get them to be efficient in 4 hours, how can I double that and get them to be efficient at 8 hours? And if I just accommodate them, I'm not going to get the 8 hours of productivity that I want to maximize the amount of money that I make. So how do you think there's a balance there? Because yes, of course, you want to take care of your people, you want to give them the flexibility to start later on, but there's people that will of course appreciate that and give back to the company, but there's also
Mhm.
the people that will say, okay, like Natasa, she's a little bit soft, right? Like she's letting me do what I want, so I'm gonna take advantage, and I'm gonna work 4 hours and that's it. I'm not gonna do anything else, or I'm gonna work 3 hours and that's it, and I'm not gonna do anything else.
Mhm. The answer is so simple. Not everything is for everyone. And right now, if a big business owner is watching our video, it's gonna just say, Natasha, this is shit. Like, stop talking right now. Just stop talking. You don't know what you're talking about. But the truth is, there are companies A and companies B and companies C. And this is my reality and this is my version of my reality. And I want to make it this way. So, everyone that wants to be a part of it, everyone that has the same wishes or aspirations or whatever, they can come and they can join. But of course, if we are now talking about Google Corporation or really like really big corporations, no, my type of my type of work or my type of, let's say, leadership is never gonna be efficient there ever. So we cannot even, it's not a potato, it's like apples and it's like houses. It's not even go together.
Yeah,
So this is just my reality. This is just what I wish for, and this is a place that feels good for me to work in. This is it. It's so simple. And for other people that they want to work for 12 hours, or maybe they're top hotshot lawyers and they want to work in a, I don't know, lawyer office, right? They have to work from 6 to 8 p.m. They have to work like all day long. And if it's good for them and if they feel this is for them, and if they feel satisfied with it, of course, do it. Like, we have so many options. We have every option that we can imagine in this literally universe. We can grab every option, and every option is okay for someone. But this is just not for me. So that's why I created my own
yeah.
company, with my own guidelines on how to. And maybe it's not gonna suit you, right? But you have your own company and you can create your own reality, and that's just it. It's so simple.
Love it, love it. I want to stay a little bit on this, and I want to make a broader comment, like for posterity, if you will, because you
Yeah,
mentioned
of
that there
course.
are people like hard work lawyers, or like other sorts of people that basically work all day. And one of the things I realized, and this is true of most people that are like that actually, is that they do this because they feel that if they do this and they achieve a certain number of things, a certain goal, then people will respect them. People will love them even, or admire them.
Mhm.
And I think that's foolish. And I know this because I am like that as well. And what you realize is that the goals that you set, kind of the moment you achieve them, then it feels nice. And you might have this respect or like adoration or however you want to call it, but you get used to it, and then you want
Mhm.
more, and then you
Yeah.
achieve more, and temporarily it lasts, but then you want more. So it never really stops. And it's a very, very, very big point that if you really want to work, if you really want to have work be the centerpiece of your life, do that, but do it
Mhm.
for the right reasons. Because if you do it
Mhm.
just so that people clap, it's not gonna last. It's gonna be only
It's
temporary.
never gonna last. Yeah, true.
So
I'm just gonna.
we please
No, 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 no. Say it.
no
Say it
finish
till
your
the
thought.
end. Sorry. No, I'm just gonna. Wanted to say that, when I mentioned earlier that we are all learning, we have different phases in our lives, right? And I never saw myself as a marketing agency owner. I never, ever, ever. So since I was little, people ask me, "What do you want to do in life? Like really, really, like what do you want to do? You become a doctor? Do you want to become a lawyer? What do you want to become?" And I was like, I do not have an answer to that, right? Because I just want to help people. And they were laughing at me. And they were like, help people, Natasha, you have to narrow it down because helping people is like, everybody can do it. But it's really not like this. It's not laughable situation because I think, at my first job, I know literally every hairdresser in our country. I know all of them. And I was helping them and I was helping them with their business, and I was educating them about hair and about everything about it. And they all stayed like my friends. We know each other. And I think this is helping people. And right now, owning a marketing agency, we are literally helping people to grow their business, and if they grow their business, I'm happy, so my business also grows, and it goes from hand to hand. And when I was 20, I was partying a lot. I had bad boyfriends, and it was just shifting all around. And it does not mean that when I'm gonna hit 50, I'm gonna be here owning marketing agency. I have no
Yes,
idea what's gonna be when I hit 50. Have no idea. But it's not my plan in life to just work and to feel appreciated and to be valued, because I want more. I want to know, like, why am I here? Am I doing the right thing for me? So I'm just letting life show me, or push me to my right direction, if you know what I mean.
I do.
And I
Yes.
was studying law, and I finished it, of course. And I graduated with 10, so this is the highest rate ever. But I decided I do not want to work in law because I didn't see justice in that system. And our system is so rigid, right? It's so rigid. But of course, it needs to exist so people would not feel lost. But I don't feel lost with it or without it. I just need to work outside the system to, let's express like that, so I can be the best version of myself. And I think someone gets to know this when they're 20, someone knows this when they're 30, someone needs like till they're 50 or 70, or somebody never gets it, right? So
Yeah.
it's just a matter of time. And everybody has to do a lot a lot of self work, a lot of it,
I
to know what
agree.
you really want.
I agree.
Yeah. But you can like not the not gonna say like manipulate. You just have to optimize life around you and yourself to get to the point that you're gonna be satisfied with. And like you said, you know yourself, and I think you'll also know me right now. You're gonna get bored, but it doesn't need for you to to get bored. But because in 2 or 3 years or 4 years, if you realize, okay, that's not for me, let's just do something else. Let's just do something else. If you want to own a zoo, why not own a zoo? Bring a panda. Everything is possible. So, no limitations. That's the answer. No limitations. And
I
you
like
must
that a
not
lot.
worry about what other people think of you, ever.
I like that a lot. I like the open mindedness. I like the self reflection. I like a lot of what you said. We've spoken about a lot of things that you've done right, and we kind of have an understanding of how you think at this stage. But I want to go a little bit deeper and perhaps start going into the other direction, things you've done wrong, mistakes you've made, or things that you would do differently.
Yeah. Well, okay, a lot of those. What I wish the most is back then I was, let's say, not quiet little mousy, but I was quiet and I kept things to myself, right? And when you come home, that's when your brain activates and you're like thinking a lot, and like I should have said this or I should have said that. And what I would change is that I would tell people sooner what I think, because I think it matters what you think, because what you think is how you feel, and how you feel affects your whole body. And it is important that you tell how you feel. It is important that if you think someone is making a mistake, tell them. If you think someone did a great job, tell them. Just I would change this. I would change it. Because I think it was a rocky road for me to come to I don't know, to the, let's say, stage of where I am now. I wasn't always like this. I was very quiet and I was very shy, and I gave a lot of thoughts to what people think of me. And I never want to let them down, or let them think that I'm not okay or whatever. But at the end of the day, the thing that is important is how you feel and who you are. And who you are doesn't necessarily collide with who they are. And that's okay, because you can go your separate ways and that's it, right? And yeah, that maybe that's the thing I regret, not regret, but yeah, regret the most, because I think it I would learn this sooner. Maybe right now I don't know what would happen, but of course it is okay that it is as it is. But I would probably change that, because
What
it
made you
also affected
realize
my
this?
health back then.
What
Sorry,
made you
what?
realize this? How did that change?
Mm, I don't know how did that change. I think that from one bad situation to other and other and other and another, you evolve and you start being the person that you are. So of course, hard lessons, they teach you, and hard lessons make you the person that you are today. So yeah, and it's at some point, I don't know, some people have some people have, let's say, bad boyfriend alert or bad girlfriend alert all their life, and they're choosing the same partner over and over and over again, like literally over and over again. And I have this pattern, maybe with my jobs. And one day I was like, okay, what's wrong with me? Why am I picking those, I don't know, those jobs or something? There are people inside that makes you like, they make you nervous, and they make you scream, and they make you like just like go away feeling. And that's when I had this reflection. I was like, I can't just stop. I can't just go. I can just pick a different reality, or I can just make a different reality. And this is also why I just said, whatever. We in Slovenia we say, yeah, we got a lot. um, and I'm just gonna make a difference, and that's it. I just decided, and
And
that's
where
what
are you
I
heading next? Like, what's next for you in
have no
Inlight?
idea. In Inlight, okay, so I want Inlight to be some sort of, that's gonna sound maybe wrong, but like safe harbor for everyone that wants to be a part of something that's real. I think a lot of youngsters are lost these days, and a lot of them wants to prove themselves, but they don't know how, or they don't know where. And if they join bigger corporations, they are a number there. And it's not like they learn, of course they learn, but we give them we give them options here. they can learn, and they can learn from the best. And I just wish that people would start getting that it's on their it's their reality, and they can shape something beautiful. And if they join in light, we're gonna make something beautiful because we really care for our customers, and they're not just numbers. And let's just say, we have a customer that nobody wanted to work with them because they were small. They were really small, and they were selling teas. And if they wanted to have an agency saw, you know what, no, that's not gonna work, because if you sell one tea, that's like €2, and it's not gonna happen. We cannot ask you to pay us like 100 or €1,000, and so to sell teas. And so I was talking with them, and they say, what if we try? Can we do something? And years later, we did something. They have Slovenian market, and they have Croatian market, and they are like killing it. And they're selling teas like they're, I don't know, furniture. They're selling so much teas because everything is possible. You just have to change your approach and tell them what to do and change the story. So every project of ours is, I don't know, I know them by heart. And every person that's working on the project, they know them by heart. So it's not just numbers. And if someone would join our team that you said earlier, would, I don't know, just let's say work 4 hours and then go home and they wouldn't work actually, I don't think that can happen. Because I feel people and I feel their energy, and I wouldn't even pick a person that is like it. And even maybe if they are like this, maybe they can change, maybe they can see something good inside, and they will just shift to other energy. So I think everything is possible. And with Inlight, I have a big vision. I want Inlight to grow. I want the customer to really feel our help. I want them to be a part of it, like collaboration. They're not alone, and we are not alone, and we would be nothing without our customers. And I know that. And if you feel that, and if you work towards that, everything is going to be just fine. So this is for now for Inlight, but I have no idea what's going to happen in 10 years.
I think that's a great way to wrap up the episode. Thank you a lot for joining me, and thank you for sharing all of this. I appreciate it a lot, Natasa.
Yeah, like it too, George. And thank you for this call and this invitation.